everybody, Richard Art here in my $3,000 Valentino Rockstud purse, my $3,000 Prada jacket, $2,000 Prada shirt, $2,000 or $3,000 Prada pants, Prada glasses, Prada hat, Prada bracelet, and it's all Prada shirt, Prada hat, Prada glasses, Prada pants, and it's all nylon, so the haters' tears fall right off.
GM, and welcome to the boring part as we are going sideways here for BTC towards range lows. Everyone's super bearish on the timeline and it seems quite depressed in the market, so not the most enjoyable time to be around. However, let's look at some of the data here and see what's going on. A few updates, bit of a market overview, if you will. So if you enjoy this one, make sure you do subscribe to the channel and we can jump on in. So BTC here has moved towards range lows, as you would be able to tell if you are on crypto Twitter. Range lows equals people on suicide watch. We've been in this range for approximately 61st day here we're working on, and it has taken a while. Obviously, range highs being touched, lows, highs again, mid-range highs, back to the lows, a bit of a swing failure here. And then we have gone all the way back down to 59 and change on the wicks. But over the weekend, we had a bit of a pump here, but that was faded going into the early hours of Monday. Currently at 62.5K. Bitcoin not looking particularly strong, but it is potentially working on a bit of a higher low than in the previous week. So that would be something of note and potentially bullish, or at least not bearish. But the answer to when will we actually get out of this range? Well, hopefully we don't get out of the range to the downside, but we don't know how long this is going to take. But there's some key factors on this week. We're also seeing this fear and greed at 67, which I thought was crazy because my timeline has been very bearish here. People who were giga bulls turning into bear posting. You can kind of feel depression setting in, time-based capitulation, all those kind of things. 67 to me, it's a lot lower if I was going off the sentiment check that I could do from my timeline. Big week though. We've got, of course, a new monthly open coming on Wednesday. That is the 1st of May. We also just had First Republic Bank in the US. It collapsed. So another banking failure. The total number wasn't a huge one, but nonetheless, banking failure typically equals good for Bitcoin. Camino on Sol potentially launching here with their token. We've got Friend Tech we'll talk about, that's launching later today. The DXY, that is the dollar index, long-term resistance and breaking down. We got some Japanese intervention in a second. Cryptos at support, bottom of the range, earnings season's coming, US liquidity potentially could improve. Maybe we're going to get dumped on again by Grayscale. But we've also got the Fed's FOMC on Tuesday and Wednesday. So this is the M2 money supply sat at $20.8 trillion. Pretty flat here. I know a few people who monitor global liquidity have said they're just going to wait for this thing to start ramping back up before allocating back into markets. But that is as of the end of March 2024. We don't get these updated all that frequently. But bear in mind what's just happened here. We've just got this come in. Ukraine, NATO advanced talks for 100 billion aid for 5 years. So NATO is applying funds to Ukraine. The US also, I believe, passed like 60 billion of additional aid for Ukraine. That will see net liquidity go up in the world. And with banking failures and intervention in the yen market, the dollar yen has been manipulated here in the last few hours, maybe last 12 hours. Well, that is a sign of a bit of instability, but also the fact they're going to probably be pumping money in here. You can see from these stable coins, so this is crypto related, total stable coins in crypto right now, 160 bill, up again, almost a positive, well, it's 0.7%, so towards a 1% gainer over the last week. And this is going up rather nicely here. I like that trajectory, a consistent increasing in the number of dollars in this market. Dollars equal something you bid with. So not too bearish in my mind. Raoul Pal here has posted a few charts as well to try and ease fears, I believe, on the timeline. That's what I'm reading into this as. Bitcoin in a range, he's saying, look, the pause that refreshes So he's saying we need a bit of a pause before we have the next legs. We've had a huge leg and then we chop before the next one. Sol's down here as well, potentially going to squeeze before breakouts. And then he's posted this showing that the banana zone, as he calls it, will pick up potentially towards the end of this year. And he thinks it actually goes well into 2025. So that is contrary to what potentially I believe, to be honest with you. I think the majority of this market takes place this year. Maybe we'll get a eke out into Q1. He's saying well into 2025 though. And that is pretty much him posting, bull posting for 300K BTC, which is pretty damn big. Now this one is a bit of a funny one. A16Z, aka seed round investors. So they of course have a huge fund. They can whack funds into everything. They'll be the seed round investor of every new protocol that comes into crypto. So it makes sense that they dislike meme coins because of course there's no seed rounds for real meme coins. So they say the meme coin casino undermines crypto's long-term prospects. So their CTO, Eddie, has lambasted meme coins, saying they undermine the long-term vision, how the public regulators and entrepreneurs view the industry, and they serve as a casino, but only to a relatively small population. So he says this deeply affects adoption, regulation, laws, and builder behavior. I see the damage every day. You should too. I disagree with that statement. To be honest with you, they just want you to buy their seed round bags when they hit public markets, at which point they're already marked up 100x. So if my business model was that and I was a seed round investor, I'll be pretty pissed off as well. So you can see their incentives to get into seed fund projects and then they will dump on you later. But the meme coins have continuous bid in the market. So Bybit today have just listed Dog with Hat. So with getting a tier 1 listing here from Bybit, Ansom's asking, who do we talk to for Coinbase listing? Potentially that will come as well in this Q2. As it did list on Bybit here, with got some crazy spike up to like 40 odd bucks, which is look at the chart now. It's kind of just been trending downwards. Obviously, we have the FOMC Tuesday, Wednesday this week. So this actually could time in nicely that, say, whiff here, chop sideways, and then we break out somewhere around here, 4th of May or so. That takes us to like Saturday. Maybe we'll have a clearer picture as towards the end of this week of whether Bitcoin is going to break up from here or we're going to break down from the range. Obviously hoping that we continue at least in the range or can actually pump quite a bit here, as we've just been hit with loads of FUD storms recently, but this would kind of time in with a breakage of this trend line to the upside. Now the memeability of WIF is this. We now have new law. 4184 is the wick high here. So people are saying, look, let's fill the wick. $41 WIF. Let's get it going. So the meme's out in force yet again. In terms of Bybit though, they do have a lot of traffic. So tier 1 exchange, you can see Binance 101 million visitors in the month of March. Bybit almost 40 million. TradingView has 232 million interested degens and TradFi bros out there. So you can see big exchange, good listing, very solid for WIF. Then today is the day for Friend Tech. As you can see down here, 29th of April, all it's complete, launch day locked in, let's go. So Friend Tech, what do you think this one will launch at? I think this is a little bit optimistic here. So they have announced that the points, of which there are 100 million points out there, will be 1 point equals 1 token, 100 mil tokens, and the full supply apparently going to users of the platform via the points drop. So Luke Martin posted this showing a table of recent airdrops out there from your likes of Jup to Dimension all the way down to Tensor and Parcel, and showing the FDV of them and really trying to compare FDVs. So it goes from like 400 mil market cap all the way up to 10 billion plus. So he says, look, if Friend launches at a median FDV, so that would be $3 billion fully diluted, and we know that the circulating market cap will be the same as the fully diluted, as all the tokens will be out there from day dot. He's saying this will put it at a $30 airdrop per points. But I don't think it would trade at a 3 bill FDV. I do think that is too high. I think if it can trade at a market cap of $1 billion, I'd probably be a little bit surprised, but that would make a little bit more sense to me. That would be $10 per point. And if you've seen some people posting about their points online, they're going to be in for a hell of a payday later on today. Stoic Savage posted this, made me laugh. Going to be hilarious to watch people trade the Friendtech airdrop as they are doxed. Ready with his popcorn. Oh, I thought you said $100 per point, as they Instajeet post claim at $4. We also had at the start of Friendtech people saying, buy my key and I will share my points with you. Yeah, that ain't going to happen either. IONET shenanigans. We have Martin Shkreli, who is a known convict, doing the rounds, trying to tear down IONET before token launch. I thought this was a pretty good take here. So this is from Guati Guat. To be clear, Shkreli is on a warpath against an AI shitcoin because he himself is launching an AI shitcoin soon, pre-seed apparently. Hopefully his computer will not be hacked again, which is what happened to his last shitcoin. It wasn't an AI one, just a regular shitcoin. Then a quote, August 13, 2022, former hedge fund manager and convicted felon Martin Shkreli reportedly rug pulled a crypto token he launched last month. Someone come back with, the fun part is how his wallet got compromised and he kept using it. Yeah, interesting. So any winners on my timeline today? We have not a lot. Lido's up 4%, Wormhole's up 3%, Say's up 3%, but nothing to write home about whatsoever. A few losers though, you can see almost double-digit losses there for the likes of Maker Core, OP, which had some big unlocks earlier, and Celestia amongst some others. But generally, market pretty damn boring right about now. And fingers crossed that the range low holds. I hope you enjoyed this one. See you in the next one. Peace.